if you're doing a business in Jamaica, then filing tax is a must. But sometimes finding the right information can be hard. Today, we're going to talk about a couple of tax types that you need to look out for, whether you have a limited liability company or you're a sole trader. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I normally upload videos every Monday and Wednesday about investing, personal finance and business in general in Jamaica. So you see, if these are topics that you like, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on your post notifications so that way when I upload videos, you won't miss anything. I have a giveaway going on. We're planning to give away $10,000 to one of my lucky subscribers. So what I have done is to leave a ticker in this video. So you can go ahead and look out for the ticker and just comment below the ticker and the meaning to be entered into the giveaway. So once we get to 2,000, we're going to have the drawing. Now, for all the information on the giveaway, just check out the description below and you will see everything as well as the giveaway video there. If you want, you can also connect with me on social media. I'm on Instagram at JA_Radcliffe or Twitter at JA_Radcliffe2030. Alright guys, so as I said before, we're going to go over a couple of tax types that you need to pay in Jamaica once you're operating a business, whether it's a limited liability company or a sole trader. Now, while two of these tax types may pertain to both a limited liability and sole trader, the last one is for a limited liability company solely. Now, the three tax types that we're going to go over is your GCT, payroll taxes, as well as your income tax for limited liability companies. First off, we're going to deal with the GCT. Now, for all who don't know what GCT is, it means general consumption tax. Now, GCT is something that you pay on items that you buy. GCT currently is also charged at a rate of 15%. Previously, it was about 16.5%. Now, if you knew that GCT was 15% right now, just go ahead and hit that like button as well. But all of that aside, now, as a business, you need to file your GCT on a monthly basis. And that is if you are registered to file GCT. Now, the GCT threshold was recently raised to $10 million per year. So if your company is making below $10 million per year, then you won't need to file GCT. But once you're over it, you need to register. Now, registration for GCT, it has its perks and it also has its drawbacks. Now, we're going to go over these perks and drawbacks just a little bit later. Now, as I said before, you're going to file the GCT on a monthly basis, but you're not going to file October GCT in October because GCT is filed a month in the back. So at the end of October, like now, what you would look to file is your September GCT. So your GCT for September 2020 will be filed by the end of October or October 31st. Now, it's going to be filed the 31st or the Friday before the 31st. So you can't file it on the weekend and you cannot file it on Monday over in November. You need to file it the last Friday of October. And the reason you need to file it on the last Friday in October before October finishes because if you make your GCT for September go over into November, you're going to be charged late fees, penalties, and interest charges. And to be honest, tax office get really strict with this whole penalty thing. And you see, getting them waived is like pulling teeth over by tax office. One of the biggest things when you register for GCT is that GCT really don't apply to you as a business anymore. Now, what this actually means, if you are in the business of selling, let's say, phone cases, right? And you bought a phone case for $100 and you pay GCT of 15%, which is $15, right? That cost for your phone case is now $115. But if you're registered for GCT, the cost for your phone case is just $100. And here is why. GCT is a tax that is borne by the end user, by the customers that you're going to give your phone case or going to sell your phone case to. Because if you decide that you're going to sell the phone case for, let's say, $130, what's going to happen is that you're going to put GCT on $130. Now, when you put GCT on $130, you're going to pay about what? I think it's at 19.5, right? Dollars for GCT. Here, let's just round it up to $20 and just call it a deal. So in total, you sell the phone case for $150 with $20 being your GCT payment. Now, when you bought the case, you paid $15 for GCT and you sold it and you collected $20 for GCT. What you're going to do here is to offset both of them. So you're going to take the $20 that you collected when you sold it minus the $15 that you paid, and when you put them together, you pay tax office $5 for GCT at the end of the month. So this is where I tell you that GCT, once you're registered, you don't pay GCT as a business. Now, you see, if you're a company that don't need to register for GCT and you do, then you're going to have one of the biggest drawbacks in that you will now need to make resources available to file your GCT on a monthly basis. Now, this resource could be you paying someone to do the filing, or if you're a big enough company, hiring someone to actually be in-house as an accounting officer or an accountant to do your filing and have them stop something else to file your GCT on a monthly basis. So if you are below the threshold, while it may cost you a little bit more to buy your goods or services, it will cost you a little bit more to dedicate resources. So right here you need to make the decision whether you're going to register for GCT and dedicate resources to it, or you're going to absorb all of the costs that comes with buying from your suppliers that charge you GCT and see how it makes sense, if it's cheaper to register or if it's cheaper to just absorb the cost at the end of the day. Next up, we're going to talk about the payroll taxes. You see, if you have employees, you're going to draw the government's portion out of their pay on a monthly basis. And when you take the government's money out of your employees' pay, you also need to pay the government some money for you as a business as well. As an employer, you actually pay the government and your employees every time the 25th come around for you to do payroll. Now we all know, when you come to the month end and you're drawing taxes out of your employees' pay, you have income tax, NIS, NHT, education tax. But did you know that as a business, you also have to pay NIS, NHT, and education tax, as well as hard contributions. Now, apart from NIS, you're not going to be paying the same amount as the employee to the government as a business. NHT, for example, when you pull from your employees' pay, you take 2%. But as a business, you have to pay over 3% to the government for NHT. So it's 3% of your gross payroll at the end of the month. Now, you see, if you have not watched my video where I broke down how to actually calculate out your pay slip and all of that information, I'm going to leave a link to it right here or over here somewhere. But I'll also leave a link down in the description below. Unlike GCT, statutory payments or payroll taxes have to be paid by the 14th of every month. So you see, just like how you paid October payroll just a while ago, so the 25th just gone around the corner, you need to pay the statutory deductions come November 14th. And when I checked my calendar, November 14th is a Saturday. So what you're going to need to do is to actually pay your statutory payments on or before November 13th. What is it that they normally say about Friday the 13th again? Kind of slipped me right now. But if you guys remember, just drop it in the comments what it is they say about Friday the 13th, or is it just the movie? Because I think you have a movie called Friday the 13th as well. No, not because you pay statutory taxes every month, meaning that is all. You also need to file this on a yearly basis. And when you file statutory taxes on a yearly basis, what you're going to do here is to actually break down everything on an employee to employee basis for a tax office to say, this is what I paid for this year and this is what each employee contributed. Understand? So it's a very detailed process. So remember, for statutory payments, you have to do it two ways. You have to file it per month and you have to also file it yearly. Now, the last thing we're going to look at is income tax for limited companies. This is the one that everybody wants to know about, and this is the one that everybody fears. It is also one of the reasons why come March, at any calendar year, going to tax office is a big no-no. Don't go tax office them time. Because you have to file income tax by the 15th of March every year. Now, income tax in Jamaica is calculated as 25% of your profit before tax. Now, profit before tax is where proper bookkeeping comes in, because you need to ensure that you have all of your receipts, no matter how small, to offset your profits to ensure that you pay the proper amount for taxes. Now, while the income tax is done on an annual basis, the government of Jamaica also have a thing what them call it quarterly filings. Now, the quarterly filing is basically you just paying your taxes based on last year's figure and hoping that this year you're going to make the same amount of money or more. That's what you're basically doing right there. So in essence, the government just to tell us, hey, pay your tax for next year early, and if anything go on when March come, we work out the difference later. So it's either me owe you or you owe me. But 10 chances to one of you owe the government still. Now, as I said, when you're doing your income tax, proper record keeping is key. Because you see, if you buy a single pen just to sign some receipts for your business, you need to have that receipt. Now, if you don't have the receipt, take a picture of it. Because enough of them receipts nowadays, as you quint, them kind of fade out, them fade it. So make sure you have a picture, because with accounting information, you actually need to keep it for up to 5 years before you can throw it away. Now, guys, you see, as a small business owner, these are just 3 of the taxes that you need to look out for. There are more tax types that people have to look out for, such as your withholding tax and miscellaneous services. This is where the government takes 3% out of a person's payment or their invoice, and the company taking it has to pay it over to the government. Now, not all services apply and not all companies need to take the 3%. But this is just basically another way for the government to track your income. Now guys, you see, if you are one of those companies or you are one of those suppliers for those companies that gets charged 3%, make sure you file your tax every year. Reason being, TAJ already know how much money you make. 3%, working it back to know how much money you did make last year for each of them invoices, no hard. So make sure once the government collect your money, you're filing your taxes on time and all of that. Mark, you know, you're supposed to always file your tax. But I know sometimes as business owners, we may do it a little bit late. So file your tax on time. Last thing, and a point to note. You see, in Jamaica, you say if you file tax one time for any tax type at all, make sure you continue filing it. Reason being, if you file tax one time in Jamaica, what tax office is going to do is going to assess you based on the fact that you file a particular tax type before. They're going to say, more than likely, you know, you still have your business going on, so I'm supposed to expect this money coming in, even if you don't really do nothing. So make sure, even if you're not doing nothing and you file a particular tax already, file it nil. So file it with 0 on it for the new year, them coming where you're not doing anything. Now, the reason I know this is because I heard of a lady. She was supposed to do a job for a client, but this particular client was adamant that she had to have a GCT number. So she said, all right, no problem. She go register for the GCT. Now, she register for the GCT, collect her money, pay over the government portion of the money. But she now work that regularly, you understand me? For her pay over GCT every month and thing. Now, she pay over the money, everything good. She said, all right, I'm good, I not work now, so I don't need to do nothing. Right? No, wrong. What happened was that TAJ said, all right, so January, you pay me $1,000 for GCT, but come down July, me no see no more GCT come in. So, all right. Me a lick your $1,000 from February, come straight back up to July. Mark you, she not do no job since January, you know. January was the last time she actually worked. But TAJ don't know that. And of course, fear head raised when she get that the assessment. They say she need to come in with them at GCT, knowing that she never do nothing. So these people just go to tell you, even if you don't have nothing to file on the paper, send in the paper with a 0 on it. So that way TAJ knows that you still under your tax obligations, but you just now work right now. Now, thanks for watching, guys. You see, if you like the video, just please leave a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and turn on your post notification. And you see, as always, remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor. So, see, before you make any move with your money, talk to your licensed financial advisor first. And until next week, bye-bye.